Hey guys, Logan Richardson, Season 3, Episode 5 of Criminal Minds. Here we go.
Paging Katie Jacobs. Please report to security immediately. Katie Jacobs, please report to security.
It's just not.
Katie what?
No. Jacobs.
And where was Katie last seen? Ma'am, stay with me.
Please follow all directions of law enforcement and security personnel.
They're probably already gone.
Emergency announcement. We have gone into immediate lockdown procedure.
You got a picture of Katie on your phone?
She disappeared from the mall too. She was murdered, right?
Man, it's too early to know if that case is connected.
Then why so many FBI?
Standard operating procedure. I've also alerted our behavioral analysis unit. If there is a pattern to these abductions, they'll find it. We've been in lockdown for almost 20 minutes. My team's already in motion.
Another female, same age, same time of day, taken from essentially the same location.
What makes you sure Katie Jacobs is still in the building?
The mall's got cameras installed at every entrance and exit. Surveillance video confirms Katie entering the building, but no sign of her leaving. Security paged her over the intercom, and their initial sweep came up empty.
Garcia, report to the mall security office. Reed, Morgan, I want you to find the head of security. I need all data from every search team. You guys start with Katie's parents.
I joined the Bureau to rescue people, not to stand over another dead kid today. I couldn't handle it.
Hopefully you won't have to.
Damn, that's a big mall.
Wrong place,
3
wrong
levels?
time, no logic, no sense. How does a parent reconcile that?
I've been in, never mind, I've been
I
in
never do.
3-level mall? I think I've been in a 4-level mall, actually.
Video transmitters, a coax cable, and a programmable card. And I don't mean that hypothetically. Potential witnesses need to know who we're looking for, too. Problem is, our on-set could be anyone.
Yep.
Subterranean level, air ducts, boiler rooms.
Realistically, it'll take at least 3 hours.
What if she's just like in one of the shops looking at like dolls?
10% of abducted children who are killed die within the first 24 hours. 4% of children who are abducted and killed within the first hour.
Yeah, what do you got?
Okay, so this is surveillance footage off an exit camera
The
outside.
first hour. The first hour.
Alright, baby girl, where are you going?
And who are you with?
It's almost like she trusts the person, you know? Like she is familiar, not that she like knows the person or that they're a trustworthy individual. Something to make them seem trustworthy. Or what is the word?
Oh God.
I know the angle's limited, but is there anything or anyone in the frame that you recognize?
No.
No.
She's looking to her right, and that's where the thing cuts off.
She needs her inhaler.
No, Mrs. Jacobs, just listening in here.
Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I'm trying to find your daughter. Look at me.
He came to this mall knowing what he was looking for because he feels safe here, familiar with his surroundings.
He knows the mall.
When you and your cousin were going in and out of stores, did anybody try to talk to her? I don't think so.
I had to shop for my husband's birthday.
And that's when you got lost in that video game, right?
I should have stayed near the kids.
It's not fair.
And now I wish we never left the house this morning.
Assuming that she knew not to walk off with a stranger, it means she might have trusted the offender, which can tell us a lot.
I already said that.
She might have walked off with someone in uniform.
No. I meant Jessica. I want to know what happened to that girl. Katie! Katie Jacobs!
And that's terrifying if she walked off with someone in uniform, because they could just get out.
You know, this may all be the moments right before a kidnapping like this are the most important. You gotta understand you're the only one who can help us with that.
But I can't remember.
Jeremy.
What do you mean you
all
can't
we
remember?
need is the last thing Katie did or said before you realized she was gone.
Jeremy? Jeremy? What is it? Talk to me. What?
Can't breathe.
Jeremy, that's right. Just breathe. Just breathe.
Shit.
My guess is Jeremy either heard or saw something that could be useful, but the guilt has manifested itself into an acute stress disorder. The kid can't remember a thing.
God.
Take him back to the scene and do a cognitive interview.
Okay?
My name is Beth Jacobs. 45 minutes ago, our daughter Katie went missing. The other day, Katie told me that she was ready to ride a big girl's bike without training wheels. And I promised her that she could do that on her birthday. Katie is just a little girl. She's just a little girl who deserves another birthday.
Until she disappears.
Maybe I still can't make out who she was with.
7 seconds.
All the images I could find.
This is all it takes for a child to disappear.
If Katie was alone, the only stores in the vicinity she would be walking toward would be furniture, stationery, or bedding. I once followed Todd Cortell the entire length of Silver Beach because he had a kite.
The right bait might lure her away from the crowd.
God! I hate these people like this.
So what are you?
Bother me.
I like
Drives me nuts.
DOA.
The bus just got cold. Got dinner deposited
Bullshit.
from the food court. The dog is overwhelmed by the smell.
Come on.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I can't let you do that.
Jeremy's talking with 2 of our agents right now.
Well, then I should be there too.
Whatever's blocking your son's memory may be exacerbated by that. He might be feeling a bit responsible somehow.
In your mind, I want you to try and picture what it sounded like in here. Picture what it smelled like. Was it crowded?
It was loud.
Were the people loud or were the sound effects loud?
I own you. You're mine. Now die.
What was she crying about?
I don't remember. I couldn't hear. People were watching me.
Why were you self-conscious? Who was watching you?
I could smell her shampoo.
Her.
Katie's?
No.
It's a woman? Oh. Huh?
You like that game, huh?
Katie was asking for ice cream.
Just a lot of half-eaten food, empty cups, and this.
Her
Some necklace in the trash, bag and label in case there's any connection.
There is. Katie was wearing it. It's just protocol. Excuse me.
What is he not telling us?
Someone. Yeah.
Then they tossed it in the trash.
The abductor just wants to fulfill his urge and move on. He wouldn't take the time. This is motivated by rage. It's personal.
Yeah.
David Westerfield kidnapped Danielle Van Damme out of revenge when her mother rejected him.
Yeah, it's making me think it might be the mom. The other girl.
Somebody lit a fire last night.
The kid's mom.
There's dirty
The other
dishes
kid's
in
mom.
the kitchen, so they eat together as a family.
Hey, by a fireplace in a house that's in a cookie cutter neighborhood. Norman Rockwell couldn't have painted this any cozier.
What about the other family?
That's what worries me.
What about his brother? His brother's
Is there anyone
family?
in your life you would consider a threat? Why would you ask me that? We have to explore every possibility.
I don't understand. Neither
This
one of them is
woman
connected to the other.
Just
We're not sure. How did someone we know do this?
such a pain in the ass.
Katie Jacobs?
Why do you have to ask me that question? What are you thinking? What do you think I am?
Are there any families in your neighborhood that you don't get along
Never
with?
My neighbor?
watched
Or an
any show
employee that you
ever.
might have fired? Or...
Where are you going with this?
Katie's necklace didn't fall off by itself, and it's possible that she knows the offender.
That's crazy. Remember, why would any... No. We get along with everyone in our neighborhood.
What was that hesitation
Katie
bullshit?
loves all of her friends at school.
Are either of you having an affair?
You son of a bitch! My daughter is missing, and you want to turn
I
this
know that,
around?
and I'm concerned with finding her, which is why I've asked you the question.
Someone's having an affair.
My family means everything to me.
Finding Katie is everything to me.
Is she having an affair?
Katie Jacobs? A lot of sick shows, dude. Could be bad dreams.
Some kids won't get up at night because they're afraid of the dark.
Or afraid of something else.
Or it could be a lot more complex than that.
Most girls covet their dolls, like an extension of themselves.
Great, I know these signs. Acting out on her toys, wetting the bed. She's obviously covering up something about that necklace.
But there's something else?
No.
Your cousin might be holding something back.
Katie's in a lot of pain and not telling anybody, and I think I know why.
There's a lot of... I can't figure this out. It has to do with either the parents or the cousin.
Because her father didn't buy her the necklace. Get back here as soon as you can.
Her uncle did?
You need to separate the boy and his father to 2 rooms now.
Katie Jacobs?
This is kind of stupid. Why would you take her in the middle of a...
What's going on?
Acted on these curiosities you've experimented yet.
Shouldn't you be looking for my cousin right now?
This kid's 13. He looks like he's like 11.
Why are you asking me these questions?
Or 10.
What's going on?
Who does he socialize with?
I don't know. Kids at school, I suppose.
You live under the
You don't know.
but you can't name any of
You
his
can't
friends.
name his
He
friends?
spends hours in his room.
We found out that Jeremy at the ripe age of 13 has a record.
For stealing 6 months ago. We knew it.
And that didn't strike you as odd?
He stole earrings for a girl he liked. When I was his age, I probably did the same thing.
I must have really wanted to make an impression on her.
We're his parents. He's 13 years old. If he hadn't been arrested, I probably wouldn't even know that he was interested in girls.
What?
JJ, can I get a... Excuse me. Where's
This is...
He's being questioned, sir.
About Jeremy?
Do you think Jeremy knows something?
We don't know the answer to that yet.
I can't freaking figure this out.
You guys would be the first people we tell.
We have to trust
They've been going all over with this. I like... For a second I was like, oh, is it the dad?
Well, that was strange.
Is it the uncle?
You would think during a time like this, Susan would want to know why her son's...
Yeah. Is it her? I said her first. And then y'all made me think it was the dad. Then y'all made me think it was the uncle. Then y'all made me think it was the fucking... The 13-year-old. I don't know who the hell.
You're protecting someone else.
Hey, Jeffrey, do you know what I do for the FBI? Study human behavior. Like, the way you're pushing your chair away from me.
I told you everything.
I don't know. I don't think you told us everything. I think something else happened inside that arcade. Something you haven't told anybody yet.
Why would it?
We found that in the trash. How is it that you know your 6-year-old niece likes to read books and play dress up, but you don't know the first thing about your own son?
You started spending more time with her and telling her she was special?
I'm not listening.
You knew it was sick, your brother's own daughter.
Shut up.
Did she outgrow your preference?
Shut up.
Did she get too old for you?
No! You couldn't possibly understand. But I would never hurt Kate.
That's not enough evidence.
Whoever ripped the necklace up, Katie did it in a rage, and he just seems...
Yeah.
You know, for probably the most stressful day of your life, I haven't seen you light one cigarette.
I quit. Over a month ago.
You'd think after all my years in retail I'd hate them all, but it was convenient.
Watch him.
Can you come this way?
What are you doing? What's this about?
You used to work in retail?
I'm sorry, how is that?
You should be able to say that. I understand.
You mentioned it earlier.
For what?
What you didn't tell me was you used to work in this mall.
God
Come on, let's go.
Susie, what? What you say?
Oh! My God! I don't... Could it be the whole family? Could it be all three of them?
That getting rid of that little girl would take away his sickness?
So what I got is Jeremy stole the necklace, the uncle molested her, and you kidnapped her.
The little girl was snatched from a local mall and found dead 3 days later.
There are 2 seasonal storage closets at the end of that.
She's a copycat technically right now.
Did you duct tape her mouth too? Vulnerable child who trusted you, who trusted your husband. You need to tell me where she is.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Bullshit.
Those nights that she would stay at your house, and he would sneak into her room and tell her not to make a sound.
No, please don't.
Do you have any idea how terrified she must have been? How confused? You have robbed Katie of her childhood. Are you going to steal the rest of her life from her as well?
No, enough!
Where is she?
Damn! I like the fight. I like the freaking just pounding her, like just punching her right in the freaking face with your words.
Katie Jacobs!
Oh my God! No! Get that thing off her!
We need a medic! Somebody move! Let's go!
I can't find a pulse. Get my head back open everywhere. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Katie!
Come on, sweetie, wake up.
Shit! I could not imagine what you're going through.
He's asleep.
Just 5 minutes. G.K. Chesterton wrote, "Fairy tales do not tell children that dragons exist. Children already know that dragons exist. Fairy tales tell children that dragons can be killed."
I just can't believe that. I'm not going to get into the uncle molesting. Everyone already knows what I think about that stuff. We've been through it so many times. My stance will never change. My opinion on that will never change. How I think they should be dealt with will never change. That is a strong opinion, and we've talked about it so many times. The aunt kidnapping, endangering a child, attempted murder. She is screwed. And her whole thing was about family? Oh my God. That was a good episode. There were a lot of, I couldn't figure out who did it or who was the one that we should be looking at. And at first it was the aunt. Then I went to the uncle, or the dad, and then the uncle, and then the kid. And then I was like, what the hell? And it turns out 3 of those 4 were actually the ones that were kind of all involved. I guess Jeremy wasn't really involved. He's 13, but he also didn't help. Which, I mean, he's a kid, and those are his parents. You know, what else does he know? And that's another thing. I can imagine, and this will be something that the show could do, honestly, or they could do it in many different ways. But how does this kid grow up? How does this kid move forward? And we talked about this in a previous episode about what do you do? What do you choose to do with your life when you've, so much influence and bad influences and bad things happen? You can go multiple ways with it. And, what is this kid gonna do? He's already a troublemaker. So both of his parents are in prison. Both of them for a long time. And he'll be raised 13-year-old all by himself, because I cannot imagine that. Well, I don't know if he'll be. They might give him to the other two, the Katie's parents. I can't imagine them wanting him. Wild, absolutely wild. Like the video, comment down below, subscribe if you have not already. We are on to much, much more of Criminal Minds going forward. I will see y'all